Cool. And we're back. Welcome, everybody. The channel, the resume reviews. So we've got a couple. We've got, like, as per usual, an unholy amount of software engineers. So yeah, just an unholy amount of software engineers, which should not shock anybody. So I don't think they're interns, though. I don't think we have a lot of interns today. Let me just check. No, we have one intern. All right. Nope, two interns. No, what? Wait, what? Okay. Anyway, so this is John Doe. They're doing a software engineer. I really need people to tell me what type of the software engineer, but that's we're gonna see. So, because it is incredibly important to know that. But let's see if we can't figure it out, which will be pretty important to know. All right, where did that? Whoa, wait, what? No, mute myself. I'm not double doing this. Sorry. Let's get rid of that. And now we're actually back. Why am I stuck at work? 90% of people haven't even come in a day. Yeah, like we're in the dead zones. Like, it's so tough to get anything done here. There's like in half the people are like working furiously trying to get the last amount of things done before the end of the year, while the others are on vacation. This is corporate, and in quarter four, it's the madhouse. It's a completely different time than the rest of the year. So about anything related to your job search, even if I am busy. There you go. I mean, it's a madhouse at this time of year. Nothing gets done. Everybody's trying to get everything done, and nobody's in office. Everybody's sick or on vacation. It's just a nightmare to get things done. So never before is there a time that is tough as heck. So all right, software engineer. This was a systems engineer. This was a just software engineer. Okay. And away we go. Mhm. All right, my brain. I did not get a lot of sleep last night. Okay, that's good. That's good. What am I trying to do here? Software engineer, software engineer. All right, and there. That's what I needed. We are doing a software engineer. And per usual, they didn't tell me what kind of software engineer. So we're going to try to do this resume a little bit different. I'm going to see if I can't figure it out real quick based on the stuff. That'll be important. But yeah, if you submit your resume and you're a software engineer, let me know if you're going for back end, front end, full stack, and your primary language, because that is usually what corporate is going to be judging you based on. And that is what I have to judge you based on. So let's see if we can't figure this one out. Contributed development full stack. Okay, cool. Full stack. There we go. That's simple. So we're going to be looking for TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, SQL, any cloud, and maybe a side language along with Node and Angular. See, contributed to development of a full stack web application. You've got to have used more than that. Enabling access to internal resources and information of staff and students. Okay. You were doing that for like 8 months. There should be more bullet points than that. 8 months should be at least 3 bullet points. Developed advanced Python scripts to automate repetitive tasks, streamline workflows, and enhance operational efficiency. Implemented scripts that reduced manual Okay, so look, I'm tired. I've got a lot of sleep. I'm your recruiter. I'm going to need more, right? I'm going to need the keywords and qualifications, which again are going to be TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, SQL, Node, Angular, and anything involving cloud. Now, I doubt you did a lot of cloud with that. That's fine. And MongoDB isn't bad. And Next.js is still like, because part of it. Anything with JS on it will probably be fine. But I need more. Because the only things I found here are Python, Next, and Mongo. And this is not very good as bullet points. Contributed to the development of a full stack web application using Next.js and Mongo. This one is okay, but I'm gonna need a little bit more. Like I need more than just that. And this one down here, like this is nice. Developed advanced Python scripts or created advanced Python scripts to automate repetitive tasks, streamline workflow, and enhance operational efficiency. I don't know if you really needed this part. In addition, from a formatting perspective, do not each bullet point needs to be its own sentence. It can be a run-on sentence. It can be a long, long sentence, but it still needs to be one sentence. Do not have a period in your. There should only be one period per bullet point. So I'm gonna need more. I'm gonna need. Did you do what else? Was a sequel? Did you, how you did it? There's just nothing to go on here. Served as a contract software engineer for General Electric Treasury team in an agile and test-driven development environment. This is great. I need the tech stack. I think you need to put in the tech stack. Um, Engineered a suite of microservices. Good. Microservices one. Uh, see microservice using Java, Spring Boot, incorporating concepts of GB, MySQL. Okay, perfect. Apache Kafka. Yeah, this is like a perfect sentence. I need the rest of them here. In fact, part of the reason I think A is the market is bad right now, but you've applied to 300 applications, only gotten one callback. Callback interview. We are not actingly, we are interviewing. So one interview per 300 is the first one doesn't really say anything. Like your second job is solid. This is how I want you to write your sentences. Sorry, still recovering. Uh I don't have anything with this. I want more of this in here, right? In the first one. And maybe a little bit more of a primary. But I guess this does depend because this does read a little bit more like a back end. So I'm gonna need you to decide which way you're gonna go, and then I'm gonna need more tech stack. But this is fine. Like I can see why you've gotten interviews with this is because they probably just completely ignored this part and then went to here. Um, like this is solid. I need a little bit more of the tech stack, but this is solid. So yeah, if we're looking for those, which we might be, I'm see you moving forward. But the fact that you start with full stack and then this kinda reads like back end is maybe confusing people. So I really think you need a back end resume and then a full stack resume because the stacks are going to be just different enough that it's going to matter. So that's my review on this one. Okay, I actually have to take a call real quick. I'm sorry. Oh, give me a second. But yeah, um, like it's just not a bad resume. This part, I think that's partly the problem. Is this is not good, but this is solid, and the education should be up top too. I forgot to mention that, but yeah, like this is not bad. It's solid. So I'm okay with that part, but all right. I'm gonna go look for a YouTube video to watch while I digest this darn halls so that I can talk today. So we're gonna do let's find out what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a little bit of reacting stuff here. Cool. Camera is completely not viable for that. Never mind. I will do that next time. That's what I gotta fix is the react stuff. All right. So what are we doing then for the resume? Let's get this resume up. We have a front end engineer. It's actually been a very long time since I've had a front end engineer position, to the point that I kind of actually have to look it up. Like, I know it's going to be like JavaScript and all that jazz, but uh, I need to look up a little bit more about it. So, let's see, what are we looking for in keywords and qualifications? NerdWallet, 48 an hour for front end engineer contracting. That doesn't seem that great, but that might just be where the market's at. I know front end it's always been really rough. So, HTML job in modern frameworks. I don't know why JavaScript wasn't first there, but Next.js might be different, but let's do the frameworks. I think are going to be a little different. So let's do these first, and then frameworks. What is can someone who is an IT person tell me the difference between a framework and a library? I would prefer that. So, because I'm not sure the difference between those two. Wow. Oh no, they want any field. I mean, they could just say bachelor's. I don't know if you really need to say all of these, but so yeah, REST API, REST API. React, Redux. I already got React over there. That's fine. Senior Hugging Face. I love these little. This Hugging Face, I think, has one of my absolute favorite little icons. I hope this is the job posting meta where people just start putting like little adorable little mascots in their LinkedIn thing. I think it's cute and I love it. Where's the actual job description here? Can I find it? Is that not it? Okay, Hugging Face. You won on the mascot, but I really need you to have a better job description. Frameworks or libraries? No, don't just say frameworks or libraries. Okay. React, TypeScript. Well, that reads more like a full stack. Git. See, the zoo? Is this actually the Los Angeles Zoo? No. Or cat design. Okay. All right, TypeScript, React. I guess TypeScript is much more important than I anticipated. All right, TypeScript. And deep knowledge, WebAssembly. There's gonna be more stuff with this. I think scalable applications is probably it. It's just been so long since I searched for a front end. I don't know if I've searched for UI UX, but it was more of a different one than just a front end. Because man, I don't know. It's just never been a lot of front end roles. It's usually back end. Yeah, it looks like, and then they're gonna have some others, which is gonna be mobile, agile. Yeah, mobile, agile, communications, Google Analytics. This seems solid. All right, I'm finished with this. Let me chew it. Adobe. All right, cool. We're back. All right, so yeah, I think that's good. Let's go to the resume. Oh, that helps so much on my throat. All right, where to go? There it is. Clean, clean. All right, we are looking for a front-end engineer, which is not something we often look for, to be honest. So we're going to be looking for HTML, JavaScript, CSS, React, Vue.js, Angular, Next.js, REST API, TypeScript, Git. And then the last two are going to be the last two bullet points are like maybes because not everyone is going to want them, but they're nice to haves, which is going to be scalable applications, worked on mobile development, agile, and then Adobe, Photoshop, that kind of thing. So those are what we're going to be looking for. And let me fix my camera. Oh my God. No, please no. Please stop. We're redoing this video. Why, camera? Why do you suck? What is wrong with my camera? Please stop stinking. I need you to work. Why do you tilt, bro? My camera is just tilting. My camera is tilted. Please keep tilting. I'm so sorry. I hate this. All right. Let's try that. And okay. Little to the left. There we go. Now the camera has been fixed. So let's redo this. Oh no, now it's on my computer. Okay, don't break. Don't break. Don't break. There we go. This is a front-end engineer, which is not one we often get to review. Most of my even recruiting experience have been with back-end too, so I'm actually excited to review the front end for the first time in a very long time. So we're going to be looking for HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, TypeScript, Vue, Angular, JS, Next, REST APIs, Git, TypeScript again, and then these are nice to have, but not every job needs them necessarily. Scalable applications, mobile, agile, Adobe, Photoshop, that kind of thing. Some may even require wireframes, but that's not many. So the first three bullet points are the ones that are most important. So, which this is the wrong resume, so I have to do this for a third time. I hate life. I hate life. This is a day to not wake up until the next day. I didn't even pull up the right resume. All right. Let's go to the right one. Jeez Louise, man. My brain is still not here. So, all right. We did that. We're doing this calm, and I have a full day the rest of the week too. This is a Wednesday that feels like a Friday. So, and I feel like everybody can know what that means. Okay. Let's do this for realsies. Are we live? Are we good? What else did I screw up? Hopefully nothing. Okay, there we go. This is a front-end engineer, and it's been a while since I did a front-end engineer. I've mostly done back-end, so I'm excited to review this resume. What we're going to be looking for is mainly the first three bullet points over there. The last two are maybes. And it's going to be HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, Vue, Angular, Next, REST API, anything with JS next to it, TypeScript, Git, and then some of them nice to have scalable applications, mobile, so that you've worked on cell phones basically, agile, Adobe Creative, Photoshop, Illustrator, etc. So, what is this font? Okay, this font hurts me, but that might just be bad parsing, but please just make sure to use Arial font. It's just, I think Arial's the best. I stand Arial. The font, not the Disney princess. Although Disney princess is fine too. So we've got, let's see, that's fine. Designed and developed the front end of a FI asset tokenization using React and Web.js, driving 12% increase in user adoption and 17 rise in active users for gold investment tracked via Google Analytics. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's too busy. You don't necessarily need to brag. I feel like that is something that a lot of candidates get wrong is you don't necessarily need to brag. Just saying design and developed a front end of a blah blah blah, blah token platform using blah 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 is good. We don't necessarily always need a 12% increase and 7% daily users and blah 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 blah. So I'm not sure these are good brags, even if they shouldn't be here. Reduce transaction costs by 34%, 500K annually by optimizing smart contact interaction with WebJ3 and building cost effective. So this is a solid one. This is actually a better brag because this is understandable to the masses. And the only thing I would have with this is I need more of those keywords. I actually think this is solid. So you definitely need a summary of what you did, but you also need more keywords in the second bullet point. But otherwise, this bullet point is okay. This is actually a solid brag, and I think that's good. So next one is improved front-end state management using Redux and optimizing time. Okay. Integrated a multi-signature approval by integrating REST APIs. So that is APIs. That's good. I mean, look, I think the big thing is you focus too much on trying to use percentages and brags that you've missed the keywords and qualifications, which are the primary thing for this. So developed modular React components for the client onboarding time. I mean, this is solid. I think you don't need 40 plus one candidates. You can just say which reduced client onboarding time. Like this is an okay brag, and I think that's kind of part of the course for this resume is you have like one good brag here and you have one good brag here and then one or two keywords and qualifications, but we need more qualifications. So this is an okay brag. I think you don't need the 41 plus clients. You could just keep the rest of it. That's fine. But I need more keywords. Again, I can see why people would move you forward, and it looks like it's been 100 to 1. So for every 200 for every 100 applications, you get an interview, which in the market isn't terrible, but it's not great. And I just think you could get a little bit more. So yeah, it's not bad. I need more keywords, quite frankly. I need more of JavaScript and JS, and I need a little bit less of the percentages because really the second bullet point here and then the first bullet point here are the only brags that I actually really like. But yeah, you filled everything with brags. And you don't need to. Sometimes they just need to know that you can use the basic tools of the trade. So I would keep the second bullet point brag from the first job, and then in addition, you should also keep the first brag from the second job. That was a nightmare to keep track in my head. But the rest of it, I just need to use more of the keywords, which I feel like I'm missing. I like PostSQL though; that one's good. So yeah, I can move it forward. I can see why you've been moved forward, but I would need more for the vast majority of roles because you're missing the qualifications in the job description. So that is it for me today, and that is my resume review. If y'all liked it, or if you don't like it, like, comment, and subscribe. Please submit your resumes for more. I'd be glad to do your resume again, even if you already submitted it. I enjoy doing this, and I just want to help people out because I like to be the toughest critic that you will face so that when the actual applications come in, when you actually submit your resume, it's a lot easier and you get more interviews. So that's it for me. See you guys next time. I mean, yeah, that isn't a bad resume. I feel like it's missing a bunch of stuff is the primary part. So, but those two brags were solid. They're not enough. So you can't just brag. You just need to show you've known the basic qualifications of the job. So the basic qualifications are what gets people the job. Okay. Who do we have here? Is this another UI? Got a lot of UIs. User experience researcher. I've done this before. Ages ago for Caterpillar, I think. Did I do one of these for Agilent? I think I might have done one of these for Agilent. I know I did one for Caterpillar. I don't know if I filled that role for Caterpillar. I don't know if my candidate made it. I think they canceled the role. Something was off about the role. They liked the candidate, but I'm trying to remember what was wrong with it. Either the salary wasn't there or something happened. I'm trying to remember. That was a while ago. So, but anyway, let's look at what a UI researcher is going to look like. Because that is going to be different. Everything is different. And let me get the actual resume up too, because that was, you know. All right. How many years of experience do they have? Quite a bit. So I don't think they're looking for apprenticeship. Alrighty. User front end. No, this is this one. Okay. I mean, I know wireframes are going to be. Oh my god, this is a nightmare of a job description. Yeah, and none of this is any hard skills too. I dislike this. Yeah, I don't like that one. All right. Interest studies. All right. So, interview. That's our case studies, data audits. These are going to be things that we're going to look for. And what else? Semi-health, balance need, chemicals, bilingual. All right. Data sources, data utilization, product utilization, data sources. All right. There we go. What else? Skills you bring. User research, experience conducting interview search, test questions. Yeah, so much less hard skills than I thought, and more just soft skills. That's actually interesting. That was definitely not the same as the one that, well, I had to. Oh, that's a director. Yeah, that's definitely different than the types of position that I searched for this one. So, Microsoft experience, psychology, behaviors, human factors, quality stars. So I feel like you just need to convince that you've done this job. This is, man, this is the one I would dig deeper with the hiring manager for. This one's a bit of an annoying to search for because I 100% would search. I would go deeper in the hiring manager than I think these recruiters may have. And I wonder how many people have applied to this. Probably a lot. Yeah. That's what I thought. Understanding research methods. Here it is. ABA testing. And use which method. And probably just research in general. All right, this one's going to be a bit of a nightmare to search for, but all right, ad starts in a minute. I will do this one after that. So that is just going to be a nightmare to do, but Let's see. Yeah. Recruiter. Let's see. Recruiters, resume writers. Ad break ends. Ad break ends. Do 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 do. Is there anything else I can do it? It doesn't look like it. Yeah. Surveys. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's what this resume is going to be. All right. Let's go back to the resume and fix that. Nope, I just turned my face off. That's not what I wanted to do. It is brain. Is that even legible? Yeah, it's legible, barely. All right. User experience. Let's go. Welcome to the resume reviews. We've got a user experience researcher. This is not something I've done in a very long time. I think I've done one of these in my career. So let's review these. I looked up the keywords and qualifications, but unlike most other positions that are here, they're not going to be direct keywords. You're more going to have to convince the recruiter and hiring manager that you have done these things, which in short is going to just be that you've conducted interviews, you've done like A/B testings, user testings, you know how to visualize the data and create the data from that, and you know which study or test or research one to use and where, and what happened with that. So let's look at this. All right, so Jane Doe. First off, we have a huge blob. I don't like this. The blobs are not good. I do not like blobs. I do not at all. I don't know why I slipped into a weird fake accent there. I do not like blobs. They're not good, and you have the right ones, but like you need them in the bullet points. So let's see. In addition, it does look like you've gotten one interview out of 8. But the issue with that is that's not a big sample size. Like if you applied to 200 jobs, we don't know if you're going to get, by that ratio, a heck of a lot more interviews, or you'd still only have that single interview. But you're definitely going to need to apply to more. So, user research leadership. Led user research for the XX product line, driving 81% operational costs by prioritizing design goals and leading actual insight for short-term research. This is solid. I actually really like this. Let's see. I know this format is different than normal, but there are other formats that can work, and they actually hit this one on, nailed this one. So, design system ownership, create a UI design because the guidelines are streamline workflows, reduce orchestration times by 90%, reinforce brand consistency, and assured WCAG compliant across platforms. Yeah, this is good. I like this. So development use cases. Um, Not every resume has to look the same, and I think this is a honestly pretty solid. I can see I don't really have any other notes besides this blob up here, truthfully. I don't like skill blobs, but these and if anything, here's why I don't like them is you successfully had the keywords you want here, and it now takes time to get to there. But yeah, no, I don't. This is spearheaded workshops. Yeah, so I would not recommend everybody use this type of formatting, but for this type of resume and for what you've done, I don't think that is going to be the. I think the fact that you've applied 8 and got 1 is probably going to be the norm going forward. So I give this a huge thumbs up. It's not often I see somebody use another style that actually really works, and you've nailed the keywords and qualifications. I I just think this blob is too big. That's it. Don't like blob, and your education needs to be up top. That is it. A lot of them require education, so I would very much like you to put your education under here. Their education, this, and then if you really need this, keep this to 3 lines max, and then have this. Because quite frankly, this part right here. This is the meat and potatoes of your resume, and I don't need to look for anything else. This is fantastic. These bullet points are amazing, and everything that detracts from getting to those bullet points is not good. So, fantastic first start to this review for this episode. But yeah, that's this. So screen transition, scene transition. Yeah, that was a really good one. Sorry, I still break. Oh, I those. But yeah, those are solid bullet points. Yeah, it's just the education. This is. I'm actually kind of want to say this is a gold star resume. I'm trying to save those now so I can bring uh like show people what really good ones look like. Gold star. So this is alternative format bullets. Okay. Oh no, where to go? There it is. Oh, what's next? Okay, we've got a lot. Oh, thing up here. Okay. Let's see, that is brain. Brain. All right, Tony Stark. Oh. Oh man. I mean, if that is accurate, this person has 40 to 5. Oh man. I don't want to touch it if it's 40 to 5. This one stumps me. All right. I am very confused by this, actually. Uh, I have to just a software development intern. This is weird, man. Like, okay. I'm trying to figure this one out, man. All right. I gotta just go through it and record it, but that's. I don't know. Something about this is off. Because, like, they said they had 40 to 5. That's a brain. Wow. 45 to 8. 8. That's 1 to 8. No, it's not. Wait. Oh, come on, Lee. Please. You can divide 5 by 40. Yes, that's 8. Okay. Oh, man. That's where my mind's at right now. All right. Well, Let's do this. This is a software development intern, Tony Stark, which is a hilarious name. And before I review this one, I want to know they had a 40-5 ratio. That is 40 applications. They got 5 interviews. Now, if that is accurate, that is one of the best ratios I've seen. I really want you to comment below if that is correct. If for every 40 applications you send, you get 5 internship opportunities. Some people make up those numbers when they send them to me, but if you did not make that up, then that is one of the best ratios I've ever seen for an internship opportunity. I just can't, like, I wouldn't change anything, even if I think it's wrong. So I'm going to go in with this video with the assumption that 40-5 is correct and try to review it by then, which is obviously good. Yeah. So, and I don't like it, but that's the problem here is if that's correct, I wouldn't change anything. And I'm trying to figure out why this would. So, because if I had to change it, I don't know if this is needed, but programming language is brief. That's fine. And you do keep it to. No, this looks very full stack. That's not even too many because you didn't even put Java. There's a little bit too many. Because, yeah, there's a lot of things I wouldn't do. Because you sandwich your internship here, which is very solid. I actually think. Implemented directly with Spine, Next.js, Tailwind. Yeah, so I'm trying to figure this one out. I mean, look, I'll be honest, in recruitment, and I want to say this, is not everything will work all the time. There is no 100% rule. My goal in teaching people how to do this is to get them jobs with most places. But I have seen people do everything wrong and still get jobs and do everything right and not. But I really want you to comment, Tony Stark, below this video to let me know if that is accurate. Because if it is, I want to know what else you're doing too, because that is an insane ratio. And this flies in the face of most of what I know of what makes a good resume and from the managers I would talk to. This part is good. So, oh, you know what? Here it is. I see it now. I'm starting to see it. I'm getting it now. Okay, cool. I'm starting to understand. You have the internship, so it shows it works there, so you look immediately there. Your projects list this, so the recruiter can instantly look at that and know you have those keywords. And then they see leadership experience at the very bottom, so they know you can work with those things. So I think if that is correct, I'm starting to see why. If it's not correct, please let me know. But yeah, this is entirely based on the fact it's if 40-5 is accurate. And if it is, don't change a damn thing. If it's not accurate, then I would definitely switch some things around. But, you know, having gotten people like internships and stuff, there is never going to be a one size fits all solution. I wish there was. There is not one single trick to get a job, which is why I don't do those types of videos, is because there are multiple avenues and multiple things, and there are things that can be more correct and some things that can be equally correct in recruiting, and it's kind of a nightmare. But that's also why you get conflicting advice, because maybe this would be perfect for this person, but maybe if they didn't have the leadership experience here, it wouldn't work for the next person. So, because I think actually this is probably doing it, and now that I'm really looking at the resume, I can kind of see how. I do want to know formatting wise. I think it could change, but don't touch it if it's 40-5. Don't touch it. So that's my review. I'm always interested in learning more techniques and passing them down. So, but yeah, I can kind of see why, because you have the keywords here up top, and then you also show that you had honors and you had leadership experience, which is basically the 3 things that they're going to be looking for. So I can see why they do that. But yeah, let me know. Comments below, please. I'm very interested to know more about it. And I've talked enough about this resume. So we've had 2 very different resumes that have had successes recently, which is, I think, great. But yeah, there we go. That's the review. Scene transition. Yeah, I wonder if that's accurate. Because, like, if I had to change it, I would take this out and I would take this out and fix the formatting a little bit. But that right there is an interesting one. That's for darn sure. I want to know if there's more I can learn from that to pass on to people. Because I don't. No, nobody knows everything. All right. What is next? What is next? Let's see. We've got 7.3, which is a backend engineer. Backend engineer. Why am I blanking on this? All right. Nope. Do not break that. Nope. I am doing everything wrong right now. All right. That is good. This is completed. A normal guy. I think that is correct. That is 7.3. 7.3. All right. Backend. Hmm. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I think my lack of sleep may be getting to me. I might have to end the stream a little early. I do want to get through this. I'm just like, I know when my dyslexia gets really bad is when I can just look at something and nothing makes sense and I read it like 8 times. So give me a minute and let me parse which one this is. Because that's going to matter. All right. Oh, this is yours? Perfect. All right. So you definitely caught me in the still a little bit sick, no sleep mode. So here's how this is going to work, Bobby Blue, which is an adorable name and I love it. Uh, well, I think it's also important that, like, if your resume is good enough to get past somebody with severe dyslexia who has gotten like 2 hours of sleep in the last 2 nights and maybe sick, then it's a solid damn resume. But here's how this is going to work. I hope I get better too. Well, that read it like a threat, but yeah, I'm gonna review this right now. I'm gonna review this right now, and we're gonna act like you're not here. After that, I can go more in depth into the resume with you. So I'm gonna do the review as if you were not in chat, and then we're gonna do the rest of it. So the first thing I do want to ask though is before I even do this, because this is gonna matter, is what type of back end position are you going for? Because that will matter. Like, are you going primarily for Java or are you going for mobile? Or are you going for Python? Like, what primary language are you going for? Which, truthfully, I think may be part of my complaints about this resume just at a quick glance. But yeah, me being sick is not unnormal. I I have the constitution of a mayfly. Always have, definitely always sick, but not like lethally. So, but I want to do back end in general. All right, so let me review your resume and then we'll see how this is. But I know I have so many general a lot of stuff. Yeah, and I think that's probably going to be the thing. So let me do this review as if you were not here, and then we can actually go over it in more detail. So this is a resume of a normal guy, just a normal dude. What they're looking for is software engineer in the back end. They did not say whether it's going to be like Python or Java or blah, 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 whatever, whichever one. And they're actually in the stream right now. So we're going to go over this resume. And then after that, I'm going to coach them on how to do more. All right. So the first thing that I'm going to say is since I am still a little sick and have 2 hours of sleep, is if your resume can get past somebody with that, that's great. A back-end engineer resume needs to, at first, which I'm not immediately seeing at a very quick glance, showcase which tech stack you work at and be hyper-focused. So let's look at the rest of this. All right. So from Normal Guy, some Canadian university. I don't know. This could be Ryan Reynolds. We don't know. This might be Ryan Reynolds in chat right now. Awards, entrance scholarship, heritage movement. So I'm not against having scholarships here. My issue with this is, besides the Dean's Honor List, because that's great, I don't know why you got these, right? Like, I don't know why you got these two. I don't know why this is important. What does entrance scholarship mean? What does Southam scholarship? I don't know. But regardless, if you have your education, you shouldn't keep it longer than 3 lines maximum. You have the GPA over here, which is very solid, and then you maybe even put in Dean's Honor List here, and then maybe put the awards, but you don't need all of this. This is expected to a degree. So, formatting's a little off, but let's do software development present. So, all right. So if this is a job you are currently at, do not put, this is a rule for anybody. Do not put any position, with the exception of internships, because internships are different, that you have been at for less than 3 months. If you put a position on that you've been at for less than 3 months, it's going to raise flags. Again, that goes for everything in your resume unless it's an internship, because internships are normally about 3 months anyway. So, or some very small contracts. But for everything else, there's MasterCard. And by that I mean I'm not, but not MasterCard. That's a free ad. But yeah, don't do it. If it's been shorter than 3 months, don't put it on. So, because they're going to look at that and be like, well, hold on, why are you looking to leave? Are you job hopping? What happened here? So yeah, don't do it. Building identity variables. This is not actually a bad bullet point. I think it's solid. It's just the position hasn't been there long enough. So, developed on-premise cloud pipelines using. Okay, this is fine. I like. This is not enough. If you do cloud, show which one. What cloud? Was it AWS? Was it GCP? Was it Azure? Python, Airflow, Databricks. I need more. Typically, Databricks and Airflow are not going to be the primary keywords, at least for a Python engineer. Then extracting data from files. The rest of this is I mean, I like this part. Right. Yeah. So designed and built Python ETL using Azure, AWS, and Airflow. Perfect. Um, processing files. This doesn't matter. No, you don't need to. This doesn't matter. You don't need to bold this. Please don't bold this. It was parallelizing. I need more keywords. I think that's what I'm looking at. API, this is good. Azure, Cloud, SQL, these are perfect. I need your primary data, the tech. I want to. Did you use React? Did you use Python for all of this? I assume Python. Was there any full stack? That's going to be more important. Create an email listener open to Airflow. You are focusing a lot on Airflow, and I don't think that's that much of a keyword. I've looked at a lot of a lot of full stack and some backend. I don't know if I've seen Airflow. Software development intern, Spring, Boot, REST, perfect. I need more though, yeah. So I can see moving you forward for some things, but the lack of the primary tech thing is gonna harm your chances. So as you are in chat, I'm gonna end this review right now. I don't know if I can move forward with it or not, but I'm on the fence on it. It really would depend on the role and the manager. So I think we could do more. And since you're in chat, I'm now going to actually coach you on how to write this better, which is more detailed. So yeah, if anybody else wants that also, check out the live stream. And now, scene transition. All right. So, did that make sense to you, Bobby Blue? Timeout ban. All right. Perceptive. That person was trying to sell me stuff. All right. So yeah, did any of that make sense to you? Which is going to matter. and then we can go over your resume. Actually, in detail. Oh yeah, but for my interest, so many roles that are not backend. All right, so let's look. Let me title the video I did real quick, just so I don't forget for my own organizational system. So 17.3 17.3M. All right, there we go. So I should add more keywords like tech stack. Yeah. So like, You're in the UK. Full disclosure. I am a US based. Oh no, it's Canada. Yeah, it's Canada. So I am a US based recruiter. So you know, Canadian market is not. I'm not as in tuned with. But let's at least search for Canadian roles real quick. So we want to do back end developer, software engineer. There's a lot of different names, at least in the US. Um, Big Tech and Fang. Yeah, then I don't think that would cut it. So this is DoorDash, right? This is DoorDash. Let's look at DoorDash. So prior experience, writing REST APIs, unit testing, understanding stack architecture, HTTP REST, SQL, NoSQL data. So those are what we'd be looking for. Let's do, gosh, Fang. That's rough, man. But let's look at. All right, so I guess I could look at like Netflix or something, but I'm just gonna go for the rest of them. I mean, I know you want to focus on that, but so does everybody else. So let's look at this. This is health. It pays 108K a year. It's remote. Really, it's remote. Darn. Uh, so let's look at what they're doing for this. This is a bad job description. Yeah, here it is. Golang, Java, etc. We need more of the overall tech stack. Because you did, what was the one you put a lot? Airflow, right? Airflow. If you type in Airflow into this, 2,600 jobs come up with Airflow. But some of them are not all the ones you're looking for. Like one of them is a TikTok live creator. One of them is a data engineer. In fact, for Netflix, data engineer. Uh, yeah. So that's kind of the thing is you need to pick. You need to make sure it is stable throughout all of it. So, and in addition, look, even here it says Java, Scala, or Python, etc. So we do need a primary language regardless. The exception would be for full stack where we're going for like four things. Also, there's going to be an ad in like 2 minutes, but yeah. So, and that is the flaw I see with this is look at this. You have Airflow, 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 Airflow. Python is more important than Airflow because these are all data engineering positions. If you want a data engineering position, that's different. But in the corporate world, things are very, very, very niche. So for Netflix, like we said, they want come on Netflix. You can do better with this job description. They want one primary language and anything with SQL, right? Uh, they want CI/CD, which I didn't see. Maybe DevOps, which I don't see on yours either. So we need to be very, very picky. And it is okay to have multiple resumes, right? You don't need to keep rewriting your resume, but you should have between 1 and 4 resumes that you use for different roles. So maybe one's like more data engineering role, one's more of a back end with Java, one's more of a back end with Python, etc., etc., etc. But you have cloud too, which is good. So tell me what you want to focus on first, and then we'll go with it. We're all during the commercial, and then I'll go back to that because that is how you get positions. Is they're very very specific. You do not get to create a generalized resume. That is one of the more prominent rules. Is it needs to pick a back end Python engineer, back end Java engineer, full stack engineer. Full stack is a little bit different because they have a bunch of different stuff. So I want to focus on back end engineering with data engineering. Uh, so first, pick your language. What stack are you going for? Are you going for Java, Python? That's going to be your first one. Truthfully, full stack is hot right now. So you need to pick. You pick first, and then you write the resume. Python, Golang, Java. Okay. So for I'll tell you after that. Okay. All right, we're back. Okay, so Bobby Blue. Uh let's go with Python, right? So here's I think where maybe the disconnect is I can't really tell you which of those to go for, but you do need to pick one. So we're gonna try for Python right now. So just Python developer for Radiance, whatever, Inc. Right? Let's look at what they're going to be looking for. So immediate. I know this is way more experience than you have. That's fine. It still basically tracks with what you'd be looking for. So what they want to see is Python and Django. What they want to see is RESTful services and API. That's going to be for a backend. So let me write these. So if this is the case, we are going to do this. So it's Python, Django, and a bonus is TypeScript. But even though that's full stack is fought right now. I don't know why. TypeScript, but that's a bonus. Then we're going to need to do the cloud. And now I can actually start giving these things. So, and anything with SQL. So then we have, let's say, Python developer for Beacon Fire, which is on-site role for 65K. Yeah, this is entry level. That's not bad. Yeah, this is actually an entry level role. This isn't bad. So let's look. RESTful API, JavaScript, Flask. Flask is one. Right. So what we're going to be focusing on your resume is the following. I need to see this stuff in your resume. In addition, we're going to do microservices. I know those may be RESTful and API, but this is it. So these are what we're going to basically focus on right now. And if you look through most of the Python developers that are not full stack positions, you're going to see the same things, right? Like, look, SQL, Python, 15 years. What? Anyway, Python, SQL. That's weird. That one was weird. Go down. Python, PySpark, MongoDB, and Postgres. Databases, that kind of thing. So these are going to be what we're looking for. You don't have to have all of them, but you definitely need the first bullet point and probably the third. And you keep going down, you're going to find them. So, yo, Diglett lover, how you doing? So, based on this resume, and now that we can actually go through with this, I keep wanting to turn my face cam off, and that's not what I need to do. We can now look through this on by judging this. So, look, I see AWS, which is great. That's cloud. I see Git, which can sometimes be it. And if you're applying specifically for iOS positions, this is great. Otherwise, no. But remember, you've only been here about 3 months or less. Don't put it on. Don't put it on. Then we go here. Airflow, barely seen any with it. Python, a ton. Databricks, maybe. ETL, Python, AWS, Azure, perfect. These are good. I don't need these bolding. They don't really care about this stuff. I've never seen managers or anything like that do that. Yay! Thank you for the cheer, Dicklet. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. So is this starting to make sense, Bobby Blue? Which again, I love that name. Bobby Blue is a really good name. Where did you come up with Bobby Blue? So took ownership, spring, rest, good. So I need more of this. I need more Python. I need more microservices. I need more what is it, API. But your cloud experience is pretty darn solid. And is this correct that you were an intern for an entire year? So yeah, that's where I would go with that. Thank you for the cheer again. Yeah, they love me and want me to do part-time. Perfect. In fact, here, that's a brag, right? Oh, ooh. Okay. Well, hold on. That's still what was it rescinded due to budgets? Because that's a little different. Like if it was rescinded due to budget, then yeah, you could even say, did manager okay, yeah. So here's what we can do, right? If it really was a full year, you can even put develop blah 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 where or alternatively started as an intern and they moved me to full time moved me to part time where I did X, did Y, did Z. That is a phenomenal brag that does not involve any numbers. Is the brag of they literally brought me back. And then you can say, well, what happened? Budget and headcount, unfortunately. So that is a brag, not this 60 raw whatevers or reducing processing or 60 mock datas or whatever. Also, stop bolding everything. Please, please, please stop bolding everything. Okay, I'm getting a second wind. Then what I do want you to do is rewrite a little bit of this. This can also be, don't bold this. This shouldn't be bold. There's too much bolding. So this is what I want you to do. If you want Python and stuff, I need more of those keywords. And those keywords are how you're going to get the job. So, and then everything else is okay, but I need more of them, right? And don't bold this stuff. This just goes as a general rule. Don't bold your accomplishments like this because most people bold the wrong things and they're not going to care about 6,000 raw files because the way fundamentally your resume goes is it's first going to go to a recruiter and the recruiter's not going to understand a damn thing about that. Now they will understand that you had cloud hopefully and Python and Databricks and Java and stuff, but you need to write your resume for both the hiring manager and the recruiter. So, because like, look, 10% reduction in database cells. I don't know what that means. I have coached. I have coached other recruiters on how to recruit for IT. I was the main subject matter expert of IT recruitment. I increased our IT hires. I reduced our time to fill. I don't know what the hell these mean, bro. I cannot write anything in code. You have to write your resume for the least common denominator for dummies like me who don't know anything about your thing. And again, I increased our time. I decreased our time to fill, which in recruit it means I shortened the time it took to hire, and I hired more in volume and was the expert on it. So this is the person who has taught other recruiters in IT recruitment. This is incomprehensible to most. Also, yeah, there is so Diglett was correct as if a human reads it, but I want to reiterate this, and it may lose some viewers, but AI screening doesn't really exist in the prevalence that people think it does. Resumes are sorted first come, first serve. So if you apply to a role that has 150 people that applied, what the recruiter is going to do is they're going to go for the first 25 people that applied, look through those resumes. If any of them met the qualifications, they will send them to an interview. And then if the manager's interview schedule is full, they will stop going through those resumes. That is how you do it. They're like, how do you search through 800 resumes? You do the first 25 until you fill up the schedule. And then if those candidates don't work out, maybe they no show to the interview, maybe they don't have the right skills, then you go back until you keep filling up the manager's schedule with interviews, which is usually about 3 to 5 a week. So applying early is critical. It's just, it's needed. It's absolutely needed. The issue I have is that the experience I have are all pretty general. I work with so many roles, and I realize with the background roles, which is a bit hard for me to rewrite. Well, here's the thing. You've already got Python here, right? You have the things. You just focused on the wrong one. Because you focused on whatever you did in the bolding, which I don't know, and airflow. You just need more Python. Just put more stuff in Python, right? It developed on-premise and cloud pipelines using Airflow, using Python. That should be your first is Python, and then all this other stuff in an AWS environment. Like these are the keywords. You just have them in the wrong order and not enough of them. And just this one alone, honestly, has enough that you have. Like we can even go. Let's go back to Canada, right? Let's do Canada's backend Python, which is probably going to be much less than Canada. So Ontario, I'm just going to do Canada. I don't know what y'all do in my neighbors up north. So work from home freelance coder mentor. Don't like that. What are these titles, bro? Engineering lead. It's usually a researcher, performance tester. These are not what I wanted. But yeah, so that is what I need you. You have the requirements. Literally this has all the requirements you need, right? Look, this is it right here. I see Python. I think I saw REST. I see API. I see cloud. I see a lot of cloud. I see SQL. I see microservices. It's just you bury them here. And this is why I don't like this stuff is they go through all of this, then they go through this and they see this like, oh, this only been here for like 2 months. And they may miss this, but these are some gold. You need to stop with the airflow, stop with the bolding, and then just build a little bit more. Like this right here, before it even gets to the 6,000% right here, this is a phenomenal keyword alone. Designed and built Python-based ETL pipelines with Azure, AWS, and blank. That is phenomenal. That alone is a good bullet point. Don't bold nothing. Bolden. No bold. Bold bad. People don't do the bolding right. I just don't bold. No, don't bold. Don't bold. Just don't stop. I don't there's nothing else. Stop bolding. I want you to bold the education. I want you to bold this experience. Nothing else besides your name needs to be bolded. All right? Look, this is how you bold. This is what you need to bold. This, don't look at this. I need to change this. This right here and this. Don't bold all that stuff. In fact, I'm going to pull up a gold standard resume from like yesterday, I think it was. Let me pull this up. This is a perfect resume. Yeah, I know. And I don't know. Look, I've seen like one or two people in my entire recruiting career bold correctly. People just don't bold right. And it's a nightmare to teach because you have to have a rock solid understanding of what to do. But like, look at this. This is for a IT project manager. I know that's not what you're going for, but this is some of the best bullet points I have seen. Okay? Look at this. Develop the project initiative process by defining scope, determining action items, assigning ownership, creating timelines and tracking execution and workflow, prepared, presented, and distributed status reports. That's perfect. That's a great summary sentence. Look, manage 85 products simultaneously, tracking, follow-up, and logging. I want to find whoever decided to say that your resume needs to be a marketing tool and cry in front of them and tell them, please do not, because I'm not a violent person. But I will cry and make them feel bad because your resume is not a marketing tool. If you make you know how, in fact, I'm drill this into you. You know how some of the worst resumes I've seen besides nurses, nurses are a separate category. Besides nurses, the people that have the worst resumes overall that I've seen are marketing people and design people. Without fail, they will screw up their resume. And not, and I want to clarify, not people that are design and marketing that are bad at design and marketing, that are very, very good at their jobs will have terrible resumes because they will try to make it as a marketing tool. That is not what your resume is for. Your resume is not for you to stand out. I know that's what everybody says. They say stand out amongst the crowd, stand out amongst the crowd. No, that is not what you're for. Your interview is where you stand out amongst the crowd. You do need to stand out amongst the crowd in your interview. That is 1,000% where it is. But your resume, I want you to think of this. I don't know if Canada has a DMV or whatever, but your resume is a governmental form. And when you go to the government's office and you fill out a form, do you think they're going to give a crap if you say, uh, here's my license information. Also, I did 1,000 sick flips and kick flips on the way here. They don't give a damn. Your resume is to show that you have the minimum basic qualifications to go to an interview. That is it. The interview is where you stand out. And that is why marketers have some of the worst resumes I have seen, is because they will try to market it. They will say, I did 1,000% this, I did 1,000% that. Same thing with UI designers or graphic artists, is they'll try to make their resume flashy and fancy to stand out. And they all fail. They fail. I've seen them with like 300 plus and no interviews. So I don't know who told you to bold impact words, but it's wrong because impact words are wrong. The only time I think that would maybe work is maybe like CEO level or something. But yeah, does this make sense? I want to make sure I'm making sense. Your resume is a form. The more you treat it like a government form, the more you will get interviews because you are not trying to stand out. Now, again, the interview you do need to stand out. The interview is where you absolutely need to showcase how awesome you are. But there are different strategies but not the resume. Marketing resumes so bad. If you want to ask why nurses have bad resumes too, I don't know. Nurses are That's an entirely separate thing. But yeah, reorder the tech stack, remove from bold, add more of the tech stack. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Because this is what I like people ignore this. I need to change this. I just haven't done it. But the rest of this is how you write your resume. It should be basic, it should be clean, it should be precise. And also make sure you are applying early because again, if there's 700 candidates and you're 702, you're not going to get found. Unless somehow the recruiter goes through all of those, but I can't imagine that. So you do want to apply early, which is why in this, I also want to focus on big thing jobs. Well, you have to do, let's see. I don't know. I mean, a bigger question is Fang has been pulling back hiring. Uh, Facebook, Apple, I forgot what the other A is, Netflix, Google. Like, truthfully, if you just graduate, I'm not saying you shouldn't apply to big tech, but there are a lot, especially for your first job. I see a lot of software developers try to go for the biggest and the best, but like it doesn't matter if your content is good, it matters if it's accurate and correct. Like let's look at Netflix jobs. Netflix jobs. Let's look at Netflix jobs. So like I don't even know if they're really hiring. That's the thing right now. Can we even find them? Like let's look at Netflix. So they're only hiring in Canada account managers. Let's do with Google. Like they're pulling back on this kind of stuff. Like even if your resume is good, I'm not sure you're going to get into Fang because Fang is going through a downturn of hiring. Customer insights. Yeah, like if I'd even do Google and Python. There's a researcher position. Here, there's a software developer position. This is a senior position. And this is why I don't want you to mainly focus on cloud, is because it doesn't reflect on how good you are, but they're really only hiring in Canada like level 3 people with 5+ experience right now. So, like, look, they want a master's degree. So, like, it doesn't matter if you don't have a master's. Software developer 2. Let's look at this one for Google. Provide feedback. Yeah. This is actually a bad description. Here it is. Bachelor's degree, experience with data algorithms and software. This is a terrible job description. But yeah, like, I don't know if your content would be good enough because I don't think it's going to matter. Like, they're not really hiring freshers as much anymore. Here, like mobile Android, let's see, this is a 3. Like, if you look through it, it's all level 3. So they want people with 2 years experience and in masters, data engineer, software developer, full stack, 5+ years. Like, what I would do is, look through theirs, but look, like, if you look through their job description, this is what you need, right? They want Go, they want Python, and this is a full stack, so it's a little different. But this is the tech stack they want. They want to see the words data algorithms, but they're really going to be looking for masters or PhDs and a year in a technical leadership. So I'm not here to like crush your goals, Bobby Blue, but I want to make sure you have a realistic expectation of what's happening here. And the tech market is bad. If I look at Apple, yeah. So is there a job description you can find that you want and I can look at it and double check? But I just don't want you to be disappointed. Why is this? Wait, what is it? This is a remote talent acquisition manager? And it's only have 27 people click apply? What the heck? Interesting. Huh. I am so shocked it's only got 27 people. All right, let's look at this. All right, I don't know if this is going to show up on the screen that well, but let's see, is this going to look a little better? A little better. Okay, reject. I don't care. Key responsibility, basic qualification. So yeah, look here. They want your main language. And this is an internship? No. Preferred qualifications. Experience from technical internship with distributed multi-tier systems, algorithms, databases. So here, these are the words you're looking for in addition, right? Here, ability to effectively articulate. Okay, so what they're looking for Amazon is you need the words distributed multi-tiered systems, algorithms, and relational databases. You also need to have bullet points that showcase how you taught others, okay? Specifically by that, I mean, they want to know that you can explain complex topics to idiots like me. All right? That's what they want. They want to know that if you get a recruiter who doesn't know what the heck this is, that you can explain it so I would understand. In addition, you still need the tech stack. It is Azure, AWS, like this is a solid amount. You just need a little bit more. So what you have as contact is, and I don't see that. I actually don't see that you taught others or helped others learn how to code, because like, explain to me why this is important, right? That's important. And honestly, as in your career, I can say the ability to explain complex topics to non-technical people is a prize. So I don't know if you have enough, but also, when was this posted? Because there's probably a lot of people have already applied. But yeah, I would honestly, here's the thing. I would apply now with your current resume. Do not wait to apply. I would apply now and then rework it, and then if they have another one, do it again, because we don't know how long this job has been out. Posted, oh, May 17th, and it was updated 3 months ago. Yeah, that's rough. I mean, I don't know if you're gonna find. I mean, a software engineer, dev engineer may be better, but so yeah, that is my reviews for that one. Uh, whew, brain. Okay, does that make sense? I just want to make sure it makes sense. So, and truthfully, you should probably have like a Fang resume and a non-Fang resume, but if you really want to get into these jobs, the best time is usually after a couple of years' experience. Truthfully, but yeah, because that is what they're looking for. The qualifications are the key to getting a job. So let me know if you have any other questions. Otherwise, I'm gonna end the stream in a little bit just so people don't get another darn ad. But let me snooze it just so you don't have to deal with that. I'm gonna raid in a couple of minutes. So I give you a couple of minutes to ask if you have any other questions, and then I'm gonna sort of, you know, end it because I need a break before my next meeting that I have in about an hour, truthfully. And then hopefully in a week or two, I'll have a new computer so I can actually stream games. I know what I need to do, but can you please summarize what I should do just to be clear? Yeah, no, that's fine, that's fine. So, in summation, what we need on your resume are going to be these keywords right here, and I will copy them for you. You need to simplify your resume. All right, what you need to do is don't have any bolding. So here, let me write this. No bolding, no bolding. Then you also need to reorder your tech stack and be more specific on the tech stack. Too much airflow. Showcase that you have. Oh, you do? Where? Here it is. All right. So here's another thing I'm going to tell you. Your relevant information has to be in the first half of your resume. And that's also, this is taking some time from it, right? You may want to, so if you drop this, you cut out this part, and then maybe cut out this. I don't know if that's as needed. You then can see here, which is led a team of 2 engineers to develop a data project which manage patents monthly. So it's a clarity thing, right? Like it needs to be in the first half. So if there's a chance a recruiter may not even go this far, which is also why I don't like the skill blobs. So reorder some of these. Don't bold this. Use Arial font. What font are you even using? Let me check this. Is it Arial? 10.5. All right. Everything except your name and contact information should be 10.5 Arial font. Okay. 10.5 is perfect. It's exactly what you need. It's not too big. It's not too small. It gives you some space. It's also dyslexic friendly, which is shockingly a benefit to some recruiters. Myself. So, yeah, that's what you need to do. And I think you said it correctly, which is reorder right here. You said it right here, is that, which is reorder the keywords tech stack and remove the bold. Okay? Those are what you need to do. I am going to be publishing this on my website or my YouTube thing. Brain. On my YouTube channel for full VoDs in a little bit. So, yeah, no worries. Look, If you want to thank me, bring more people to my channel, like, comment my videos, mention me when you can, get me more people. I have a problem if I help people get jobs and then they vanish, which is fine. I'm glad with that. But I want to make sure people can sometimes stick around. So I need a constant influx. But once you change those, resubmit it. All right. We're also in, at least in the US, a recruiting dead zone. It'll change again in quarter one, quarter two of next year. So even if you do these changes, you're not going to really see the results till early next year. But regardless, you should still do them to get a practice. So, with that said, we are going to raid my favorite YouTuber, Jesse Cox. I love Jesse Cox. He is a fellow redhead, and he is my absolute favorite. And one day I will be popular enough to be on his stream. So, away we go. He is my fave. It's my absolute favorite. Been watching him for like a decade.